The content you're about to enjoy comes from the archives of The Best You. We're devoted to the very best in personal development. With a magazine and resources dedicated to inspiring and changing people's lives. At The Best You, we work with the world's leading writers and trainers on the evolution of the self, and people whose journeys have been affected by their work and words. For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co.
All right, we're back. My name is Tony Boldy. I'm the co-host of the Best You EXPO 2020, working with Bernardo Moya, the genius behind this virtual expo. I'm honored for our next guest to join me on the stage. Many of you know him, Bill Walsh. His speech today is on how to build a successful public speaking business. Now, Bill Walsh is a venture capitalist and is the CEO founder of the Success Bill Walsh to accelerate any self-improvement method. Let's get him on stage. Bill, how are you?
Hello, young man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm honored to still be called young. Thank you.
It's an honor to be here today.
Yeah, I'm excited. I was saying how many hours we get back in our life by not having to drive to events, look for parking, take lunch breaks, sleep in my own bed. This is just such an amazing platform that I really am embracing, and I hope you are as well.
Plus, you get to watch it again.
Again and again and again.
You missed some of it, you can go back to watch the recordings. Very powerful.
Did you do your Peter Piper picked a peck of pickles yet?
No, none of that stuff. I guess for me, it's more of a conversation than anything else.
Right. Well, I want to give you the floor so you have as much time as you can share what you want to share. Thank you so much for being with you, and I'll see you when I see you virtually.
Sounds good, buddy. Keep up the great work.
You too, my friend. Take care.
So welcome, everybody. You're a part of the Best You Expo today. I know you've already heard so many great speakers all day long. My goal is simple. I'm going to share with you some key drivers and concepts and ideas of how to take your intellectual property, monetize it from the stage, and actually run it as a real business. So often we are told that we're not good enough, we're not this, we're not that. Please write this down. Your story is too good to play small. Your story is too good to play small. I'm going to share with you some great things also, how to get more stages, how to get on more events, how to get your message out there, how to run your own events, how to set up your own digital war room, all these things, and also how to save a whole lot of money. So if you like the idea of saving a lot of money, learning how to become a more effective public speaker, and getting paid for your message, you are going to love the next 45 to 50 minutes. And all I would ask you to do is just grab something to write with, get something to drink, and really dive deeply with me on this topic, because I'm telling you right now that we need you. We need you out there that have a passion, a story, a message to get on more stages. We need more women speakers now more than ever. If you look at the world today, 95% of the speakers are men. 80% of the attendees are women. So we need more speakers. And it doesn't really matter. Age does not matter. It's really about this. Are you really great at what you do? That's what matters. Are you really great at what you do? Does it serve a lot of people? Is there money in the space? And would you do it for free? See, if you can answer yes to those questions, this is the greatest time ever for you to take the intellectual property you have and learn how to monetize it from the stage. But before I dive in, I want to also thank Bernardo Moya. I want to thank Tony. I want to thank the entire team that's made this possible. And if you're catching this on a rebroadcast, that's cool. I've got some great gifts to give away to you guys. And I'm going to probably invite a small group of you that are really serious about becoming an even more effective public speaker, how to make some money at it. I've got some special guests coming on towards the end, so you don't want to miss any of that stuff. Just because I know that right now we're going through what I would call a challenging time. And it's important you understand that tough people last, tough times do not. Tough people last. And I know that if you're here today, you're plugging in to elevate your game. You're plugging in to figure out new ways to make money and new ways to monetize your message, your story, your intellectual property. But before we dive into it, I just want you to understand a bit of my story. If it's okay if I share a bit of that. Born and raised in the south side of Chicago. I wish I could tell you that I came from some billionaire family. I did not. If we went on vacation, it was usually as far as the car would go. That was our vacation. That was our family vacation. And out of high school and college, I became a trader. I traded currency here in Chicago and New York. And after 7 or 8 years, I wound up getting involved heavily with turnarounds, with fixing businesses. I spent almost all of the 90s fixing companies. I'd be brought in to take it public, close it and sell the assets, or fix the business. And around the year 2000, I was burnt out. So I know if you're listening today, just ask yourself, have you ever been burnt out? Have you ever really said, you know what, there's just got to be more? And I want you to write that down tonight. There has to be more. There has to be more. So I took a couple-week vacation, turned it almost 2 years, and I realized that when I came back to the world of business, that if I couldn't do something big, it just wasn't worth doing it. And I just couldn't see myself working for somebody else. So what I did is I teamed up with a great company out of Arizona called GoDaddy as a marketing partner, found another great company in Utah called Franklin Covey as a channel partner. We put together a simple business in a box. And it gave you a website, got you organized, gave you a business plan and a merchant account. And we said, go get them. And at that time, I was about $1 million short for the marketing. If you can relate to that, $1 million short is not fun. But I'll tell you, one of the greatest gifts in life, if you learn this one process for business, it's a game changer. You invest everything you have in great relationships. And we were fortunate that I had built some great relationships. They became some of the marketing partners. And in 20 months, we were selling that little business in a box in more than 20 countries. So understand that, you don't got to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. And I would challenge you that today, write down today's date, write down it is my time, write down my story's too big to play small, and let's get you voting, right? Let's get you voting for your own success. And I'll probably take around 25 people worldwide from this stream that are really serious about launching, growing, and building a better business, but also have a passion to speak, have a passion to really monetize your message, whether you're on cable, radio, TV, whether you're doing a 2-minute presentation in front of the Rotary, the tip, or the chamber, you're going to own that presentation. You know how to get paid as a speaker. And if that resonates with you, you're going to love this message today. And then, of course, as I said, I got a couple of really cool gifts throughout the presentation, so don't miss those gifts. You'll get access to our newsletter for free. You'll get my book as a free gift today just for being on this stream, because I'm a big believer that give people so much value they think you're nuts. And that really becomes the core part of the secret, that when you start giving out so much value, the universe yields it back to you. In 2005, we launched a business course called Rainmaker. That's our intense 2.5-day, almost 3-day now business incubator. You can do it live or digital. 2007, the Venture Fund. 2008, our masterminds. 2009, we launched the Inspiration First conferences. 2010, our platinum speaker programs for those who want to speak and sell from the stage. We won't talk a lot today about speak to sell. We'll talk about just getting your message out there and building your business as a public speaker. 2011, we launched the Ultimate Wealth Camp. 2012 became the main sponsor for a lot of the expos throughout the U.S. Took that from a couple cities to 17 and just north of 100,000 attendees a year. Launched book courses, internet courses, residual mastery courses. Launched our own success centers in multiple cities, all of with the intention to help serve small business. Over the last decade, between the events I've spoken at, the ones we sponsor, the ones I've attended, just more than 1 million attendees for all these events. So I really understand what it takes to launch, grow, build a great business, but I've also become a premier expert in understanding how to build a speaker business. I've been able to coach and train speakers from all over the world, some of the best well-known speakers you know, but also a lot of speakers that are brand new, just getting their message out. And you get a chance to hear from a couple of them today, and you're going to love their message, what they're doing in such short order of time. But it really comes down to, if you're listening today, do you really have a passion, something you're great at that you'd like to bring to market? And if you do, I'm going to share with you a way to do that. I'll make it super affordable. Our actual incubator speaker program and our Rainmaker Summit, we're making this all available just because of this event today. And just write this down so you know exactly what it takes to team up with our team. It's 6 easy payments of $199, or one payment of $1,000 for the year. That includes your 2.5-day, almost 3-day live training on business growth and public speaking. That includes our community, that you get access to all of our members around the world, gives you access to our coaching each week for a whole year. More importantly, and this is really important that you get this, it gives you access to me. It gives you access to our team. It gives you access to a network of individuals that realize this. Before this all happened, we were doing nearly 400 live events a year. We went from 400 live events to like 0 a few months back. We went from 0 digital events to now, check this out, almost 300 digital events this year alone. So understand that when things change, you've got to adjust. It's never what happens, it's how you react to what happens that'll make or break your future. So when I talk about this 6 payments of $199, if you can't afford a couple $100 to really grow your business and learn how to build a business, become a more effective speaker, and get access to a great network, listen, if you got a better deal, I'll sign up for it. I'm an avid learner. I'm always investing in courses and programs. It never stops, because you've got to sharpen the axe every day. And these are live. We have coming up live in Vegas towards the end of the year. It's also digital worldwide. You can take this course from any city that you live in and be accessed and get training starting right away. Homework starts right away, not next month, not next year, like tomorrow. Because I do believe that what you do today, what you do the next 7 days, the next 30 days will have a massive impact on your business and your life for the next 1 to 3 years. Because timing right now, you're condensing time frames. Many parts of the world, people are slowed down or shut down. They spend a lot more time at home. So it's how you sharpen the axe right now. And there's 3 things I want you to focus on. How do you adapt? How do you innovate? And at the end of the day, how do you execute? So I'm going to tell you before we kind of dive into some of this stuff is that what I want you to really think about, and most people don't ever break it down this way, but I want to break it down for you to what I call the ridiculous. And I want you to think about a number that, Bill, if I could generate this amount of income for the year, that would be a good year. See, what most of us never do is we never break it down to the income. We talk about how to make all the money, but they never show you how to actually generate the money. Today, I'm going to show you how to generate the money. So just stay with me here, right? But let's just say for the year, let's just say that your goal is to generate an extra 100 grand. That's it. Bill, if I could generate an extra 100 grand this next year with my voice and my story, my message, that would be over the top amazing. So now if we do that, what I want you to think about is that how much do you charge each customer? How much does your average customer pay you? And this could work in any business, but let's talk about your speaker business for a minute, right? Let's talk about you're going to launch something brand new and you want to bring on clients. Let's just say that your program was $1,000. Let's break it down to something so simple, but you charge $1,000 per client, right? So now we know the average customer is going to pay you about $1,000. Maybe it's just go give a talk, give a presentation. That's way below the normal rate for public speaking, but let's just say that's what it was. Or let's just say that you were serving coaching clients. So if you're a coach, a speaker, a trainer, if you will get this message out, or a business owner, you've got to figure out how many clients do I have to serve to make the 100 grand. If it's $1,000 a client that you generate for the course of the year, it becomes simple, right? You know for a fact that you're going to need 100 customers, right? Times the $1,000 is going to give you what? That's your 100 grand. I know this sounds so simply like, Bill, that's just like, I get that. That's a simple part of the equation. Well, let's take it one step further. If we know that we need 100 customers, right? Now I'm going to ask you, how many customers do you need per quarter? And this is what most people never do, is they never break it down to the ridiculous. So you know if that's the case, right? If there's 100 customers for the year, that means we need about 25 customers per quarter. So think this through, right? If you know your numbers in your business, right? When we look at it, we figure out Q1 is 25, Q2 is 25, Q3 25, Q4 25. So that breaks down, if I've got to break it down one more step for you, right? That means every month I need roughly, just kind of give you the numbers, I need roughly about 8 customers a month to hit my number. See, when we start to break it down to the ridiculous, it doesn't sound so big. And you know the difference between 100,000 and a million, it's a zero. So you got to figure out tonight, where do you see yourself? How do you plan to get there? I know for a fact that if you're serving, and this is an estimate, of course, if you're serving roughly 8 customers a month to generate that roughly, if you look at the numbers, right? If you're just breaking it down, that's going to get you to the $100,000 for the year. So that means if you can close at 10%, it really means that you'll have to talk to about 80 people. Can you get your message in front of 80 people that you've actually presented your product or your service to, right? So they have the best chance to work with you. What most people don't do is they don't realize that business is all about the numbers. But until you've broken it down to the ridiculous of how many customers you have to serve to get there, you're going to have to realize how many you got to talk to, present to make that possible. You see, so if you've got a good message, right? And this is where, once again, they never tell you this part of the story, that when we think about creating more success, the first thing you got to do right now today is you got to adapt. You've got to realize it is what it is, right? We are where we're at. Not going to change that. You're not going to change the global economy until you change your personal economy. Only way to change the global economy, focus on your personal economy. And a big part of that says, how do I adapt? So in the adapt phase of what's going on right now today, right now this moment, as I'm speaking with you, is that you got to remain calm. That's a big thing. Number 2, you got to become really frugal. When I say frugal, I mean really frugal, which means that you've got to cut all your extra expenses. Look at all your credit cards, go through everything that's going on and figure out, how do I cut all those? How do I begin to position myself to win? Write that down. Position yourself to win. And that's going to come with you understanding that you need a better plan.
For complimentary resources from my book, my complimentary e-course, The Power of the Question, or recommended reads, go to www.thequestion.com/resources. For more information on my coaching or mentoring, go to www.bernardo-moya.com.
The innovate side says that we've got to really step into ourselves and really step into the understanding that wherever we're at today, I've got to focus on what I can build right now, this moment, to change and elevate what I've been doing, because whatever I did in the past is not going to work in the future. And the last part is execute. And you've got to execute like a rock star, which means you've got to build the best daily habits ever. One of the things we focus on with our speaker training and our business training, which you're getting both today as part of this program for 6 simple payments of $199, you can't beat it. Our family plan is 6 payments of $399 or 1 payment of $2K. And you can actually go right now while we're speaking. You can go to the website, rainmakersummit.com. Rainmakersummit.com. You will find the special right there. It only takes a minute. Go to the website right away. Figure out I'd like a single ticket. I need all this training. I need my business plan help. I need help with the vision, the mission, the raising capital. I need help with my social funnels, my media funnels, my sales funnels. I need to learn how to connect with millionaires and billionaires. I need a better network. Some people come to our courses and our programs and they say, Bill, I'd have paid you 10 times the money for your course just because of the network. And also how to get really organized, how to build perfect days. So when we think about these are all the things that are part of the solutions, I'm going to ask yourself that, where are you at today? Why do you think it is that most people don't make it? Why do most businesses in our country fail? Not counting our current times, which is going to really exponentially hit that number hard. Look at all these big companies, and I'm talking about companies that are 100 years old, 50 years old, going out of business, can't pay their bills. See, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a small business owner, I want you to think being frugal is cool, but you also have to be able to move on a dime. And this is where a lot of this starts, and I want to kind of break it down for you, really in just a few simple quadrants, right? And the first one is that whatever you're going to do, you've got to figure out a way to become an expert in your space. And when I talk about becoming an expert, I mean really own the niche that you're in. So please write this down. Number 1, pick a niche. Pick a niche that you're great at. Number 2, let's get you positioned as best in class. And a part of the public speaking is learn how to have a conversation. Well, Bill, I can't take the stage. I'm afraid. I don't know what to do. Here's the thing. If you can have a conversation with one, you can have a conversation with 10,000. Don't get all caught up in the numbers. Get caught up in knowing your content. The story, 10,000 hours to be great, that's real. I teach every speaker, 100 presentations are all practice until you start. Think about that. 100 presentations is nothing but practice, right? Now here's the fun part about that, right? The fun part says, as an expert, there's a few things you need. Get a book cover done. Go to Fiverr.com, cost you $20. Get a book cover done today. Go to Facebook, set up a business page as an author on your Facebook. Business page as an author. Put your new book cover on there. Begin to invite all of your friends to now like your business page as an author. Let them know your book's coming out in Q2 of 2021. It doesn't matter that the book comes out tomorrow. It matters that you have a book in mind and it's in the motion to do that. We'll teach you as part of this program in 90 days or less how to become an Amazon bestseller, how to get your book done and published, right? Because what happens is that the book is nothing more than tomorrow's business card. I want you to go to this other website called Google, type in help a reporter. Help a reporter. Get yourself listed on Haro. Haro will get calls coming in. You'll get interviewed. Every time you're interviewed, write this down. The service called Pingler, Pingler. You ping every time you're mentioned somewhere. Every time someone takes your content and talks about it as a great way to tell the story of their business because you're now an expert commentator. And if you're less than 5 years in a space, innovator. More than 5 years, expert. That's up to you to make that decision. But it's critically important that you make the decision today, pick a niche, get to the top 10. My friend Mark Victor Hansen told me this a long time ago. He said, Bill, whatever you do when you help entrepreneurs, tell them pick a niche, get to the top 10. He wrote a little best-selling book called Chicken Soup from the Soul. He was turned down by 143 publishers. People laughed at him. Take notice of those that laugh at you when you're working on your business. It's okay. When you knock it out of the park, don't say a word. Your success will speak 1,000 times louder than anything you'll ever say. And it's important that you stay humble during that process. It's okay. Skip the fancy cars. Hire some more marketing people. Skip the $200,000 sports car. Hire a part-time driver and buy a limo. Rent a limo. I don't care, right? Save the money, because when you start to realize your productivity is everything, that's the game changer. You'll hear later from a friend of mine. She's one of the top mindset experts in the country. Now she has her own membership, teaches all over the country. Another one is the most amazing at PR. How do you get great free PR for your business? And on top of that, I have a master negotiator that I invited to be a part of this as well, because I want you to understand that everything that you're going to do today is going to impact the rest of your life if you'll stay focused. Focus right now means follow one course until successful. Pick that niche. Now let's build a great plan around your area of expertise. Let's make sure you got the capital in place. Let's make sure you own the vision so you know exactly where you're going, but you got to get the tools in place. One of the other tools I like for experts right now, write this down, launch your own free podcast called Anchor. Download the Anchor app right now. It's free. You're on iTunes, you're on Spotify, right? But more importantly, you're now creating a message that can go worldwide where you simply interview experts, and we'll give you the formula. Interview experts, create a free membership site inside your Facebook while you start, then do a real membership site. It doesn't matter. As an expert, the money is in building something called the active community. What has Bernardo done here? They build a great active community. Why do they have all these speakers and trainers, 200 sessions? Because we all need to sharpen the axe. And I'm honored to be a part of anything this guy does because he does it well. Team up with the best in class. Figure out ways to elevate your game. We're always looking for new speakers for our events, whether it's our weekly summits or our monthly inspiration conferences, whatever we got going on, we're always looking for more speakers. And of course, we find a lot of them because they've come through our programs. That's not by accident, that's by design. And you start to think today, well, how do I get more exposure? You create more exposure for others, will give you more exposure. If you'll create more exposure for others, you'll create more exposure for yourself. But you got to be on the offense with your gifts. You got to be on the offense with adding value. I get calls every day. Can I be on your show? Can I do this? Can I do that? I'm like, well, what are you bringing to the table? And most people don't want to add value first. They just want to take and take notice of your takers. As an expert, you're going to find that more people start to approach you because they want to leverage your good name. They want to leverage your gifts. They want to leverage your exposure. We've spent millions and millions of dollars on events and programs and things over the years to bring people out to create those big databases. It doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't. It happens by actually design. So the second piece of this and we're just touching on this, when you attend the Rainmaker, whether it's live or digital, you'll get so much tool sets on building your speaker business. As a part of that now, you're going to learn once again how to fill your events, how to get people on your stages, right? How to get the right connections. But that's why it's important when we look at this, right, is that you've got to be empowered, right? Which means you've got to have the right tools. So if you know for a fact you've got something good, get yourself the systems in place. It's simple, everybody. Go to this website once again, Fiverr.com. Get some good speaker business cards. Get a card that talks about you, your name, and where they can find you. Keep it very simple. Get nice postcards made up as a speaker. It's got your picture on there, 3 bullets of what you talk about, your bio, and the back is more details of you live on the stage, right? The front is always big print. The back is always the details. Set up a simple text opt-in. So if they want your media kit, they want to see you on a video reel, they can do it all from the power of their phone today. But it's your job to have the right stuff as a speaker. Get yourself in a magazine. Get yourself featured on the cover of a magazine. Get yourself some advertorials. This is all stuff that helps you get out there, be on the offense with your messaging and your marketing. Well, I don't want to spend the money. Then don't. You're going to find people. You've been to these events. I know you have. You're at the event and you're thinking to yourself, people at 10% of your town are making 10 times your money. It's got to piss you off. It's got to make you upset about that. But it's about how you market yourself also. So get one-page flyers made up. Go to a website called Next Day Flyers. Next Day Flyers. Business cards like $40 for 5,000. Postcards, 5,000 postcards for like $100. So when you can start to really invest in better tools, it gives you better reach into the marketplace. But also while you're doing this, do you have a good text opt-in? Do you have a good marketing funnel? These are non-negotiable. Do you have a website that takes money? Write down 3 clicks. That's it. They got to be 3 clicks from the purchase when they go to your website. If your website does not allow someone to buy in 3 clicks or less, something's wrong. You've got to make it easier for them to buy today. Go set up an account with Stripe or Square so your internet processing happens quickly. Make sure it's connected to a website that's secure. I know this sounds crazy, little stuff, but most speakers don't have any of this stuff. They just don't. But you will, and you have to. Because the more tools you have in the arsenal, the more powerful you become. You've got to learn how to shoot these little 1-minute videos. Get a new app called InShot, INSHOT. Costs you like $9 a year. Upload your video, put your text opt-in, push a button, it goes out to all your social channels. Perfect Video is a brand new one, right? Great new tool. Another one's called Videos, VIDDYOZE. They just had an offer, $67, lifetime offer that makes all the fronts and ends for your videos. Because even though you don't have $1 million budget, believe it or not, today, you can look like $1 million budget business because of all the technology that you can get for free or next to free. There's a new app called Mingle, MINGL, MINGL.no. Another great tool. Mine is /Bill Walsh 360. You can build yourself a digital business card /mobile alert system with global text messaging. You can do it all for free. I share this with you because I really do believe that so many people have a story and they're afraid to tell their story. Create some low-end pricing and high-end pricing. Create something that's like $500, something that's like $3,000 to $5,000. And do not be afraid to charge for your service. You're not Walmart. You're a business owner. But you got to have the empowerment behind you. You got to have the tools to run. It's like saying, I got a brand new Ferrari, but no tires, no rims. But the Ferrari looks good. It's not going to work. Get some functional rims. Make it so that your systems, right? Systems win, people fail. And I've got so much information to share with you, but I hope this is giving you some ideas that you can use right now, because it really is about using this right now. Because people ask me all the time, they say, Bill, you make this stuff look so easy. It's not easy. I just live it every day. I'm out there in the market talking to people every day. And so when I look at these different prongs, right, think of this next one here, and this is important. And I'll be tomorrow on one of the breakout stages talking more about business growth. But today it's about business growth for speakers. It's about how do you build an effective speaker business. And if you have a passion to speak and sell from stage, when you opt in, I'm going to give you a cool gift in a few minutes. When you opt in, I'll follow up. Our team will follow up and talk to you about speak to sell from stage also. But this third part of the equation is also big, and I think a lot of speakers need help with this, is getting something called exposure. What happens for most speakers, they don't do their homework. They just don't. Make Sunday nights research night. Everyone that sends you an email to be on their stream, perfect. Send an email back. Just change this one little thing. This one little idea has made me a lot of money by doing this one little change. Every time someone sends you an email to be a part of their event, change the subject line, type in their sponsor and speak at your event and send it back. Now make sure the email goes to your admin, not to you. I promise you they will call back within 24 hours because they're always looking for more money. So you've got to figure out, where's your perfect customer live? Who would you like to be exposed to? Who are the best channel partners connected? Who are the connectors? Invest time and money with the connectors. People that can make a phone call. You know, I was talking to my good friend James Dentley about this whole event. He didn't know all the details. So I said, you know, here's the connection to the person. Next thing you know, he was on a panel on the main stage within 48 hours. Now, some other people ask me the same thing, and I send them connections because a lot of these spots are like these. You're paid to be on these spots. Oh, I don't want to pay to be on. Well, then go fill your own room and go run your own events. See, sometimes what you'll learn is that if you're just getting a straight paid gig, that's different. But then there's no selling. But if you want to be a part of an event where maybe you have something to offer, maybe you want to do some coaching, right? Our offer today is simple. Be a part of our tribe, our program, get our business training program, Rainmaker, get access to our Icon speaker training program for a single ticket, 6 payments of $199. It's so ridiculous. Now, if we book you to speak somewhere, we do get 20% if it's a paid gig. So that's also a great value that we have our own connections, and you want to leverage all that. Or you can make one easy payment of $1,000. You got to go to the Rainmaker Summit, rainmakersummit.com site now. I see some folks have already taken action. Congratulations, right? You'll get information and callbacks right away because that's how this works, right? Success is really a process, not an event. But on the exposure side, where does your customer live? You want to connect with millionaires? Easy. Go to a website called Vistage, vistage.com. You want successful entrepreneurs? Look up a website called Club Corp, clubcorp.com. Look up BNI. Look up Rotaries. 30,000 Rotaries around the world. They're always looking for speakers. Eventbrite. Search the Eventbrites. Now they have digital events. Look up for the digital events. Udemy is a brand new tool for exposure where they can take some of your content. Got 8 recordings, 20 minutes each. Build a digital product. Let them sell it for you. But I also like Meetup. Meetup is another place where there's opportunities for speaking, but you've got to be on the offense. And where does your customer live? But the exposure is the secret part. That one tip I gave you, if that's all you got from this call today, that's all you got from this broadcast, more than paid for your time here today. And also take notice of all the speakers. Reach out to the speakers. If you like something about their talk, maybe you can't buy their program, but maybe there's a way you can help out. Maybe you can be a crew. Maybe you can donate to their charities. Figure out ways that other people win is a fast way to secure your big win. And the last piece of this I want to talk about before we take a break, and I'm going to bring on a special guest, is that, and this is super, super important as well, is we talked about this in the beginning, is that you've got to understand the power of execution. And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs freeze, right? They have the ideas around it, but they don't know what to do. So I'm going to tell you that when it comes to execution, you've got to build timelines that work within your current realm or your current situation. I never teach someone, just quit your job and go live your dreams. I think that's bullshit. I like the ideas that you work part-time on yourself, your dreams work full-time on you. Super, super important, right? So you've got to begin to think about this as you're launching, and even let's say you're brand new. Bill, I'm really talented, haven't got paid at it yet, right? Good, let's get your book done. Let's get your message out there. Let's get your story out there. Let's create the products or service you're going to offer. These are all things you can do that allow you to really step way outside the comfort zone and get paid while you sleep. So if you got a story, you got a message, there is no better time than right now. I will tell you this, that if you'd like to get my book and the newsletter, all the free gifts, you just text the word obvious. Text the word obvious to 26786. It's really simple. Text the word obvious to 26786. You'll get access to that free book and newsletter and maybe even a 20-minute session with one of our team members, right? We love strategy sessions. But if you're listening today, when it comes to execution, you need to write this down. You got to build something called a DMO, a daily method of operation. You've got to build a consistent daily method of operation, which really means that the night before, you're always writing down the 10 before 10, the 10 most important things you'll accomplish by 10 a.m. the next day to make it one of your best days ever. Part of our programs teach all about KPIs. How do you build key performance indicators, not just for yourself, but for your teams? How do you get your teams in line? How do you build such powerful alignment that everyone knows their role? And even you. See, what happens on a time like this is we want to have so much time that we find ourselves in a place called Busyville. Busy, 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 right? But at the end of the day, ask yourself in the last 7 days, how many did you talk to? How many presentations did you make, right? And how many customers you serve? And do you know those numbers every week? Because if you have those numbers every week, you become unstoppable. And see, what we've done with the Rainmaker Summit, we've created something over 15 years, not new. 30 countries, not new. Serving entrepreneurs, help them launch, grow, and build better businesses. Now, because a part of this today, we've added in a special that'll give you access to our Icon one-day speaker program that's going to also help you with your 2-minute you, help you with your voice, your messaging, right? Really understand how to get on some of the stages. I gave you a couple tips today, but I've got so much more for you. But it really comes down to real stories, real people. And what we're looking for is always, are you great at what you do? Does it serve a lot of people? Is there money in the space? Would you do it for free? And if you can answer yes to those questions, I'll tell you what, your story's too good to play small. You've got some big things to do. And all we become is your tour guide, right? It's always a decision that you make to play bigger. You make to go and do even more. So part-time, full-time doesn't matter. Seasoned speaker, brand new, doesn't matter, right? Because I don't care how big and how strong you are, every speaker needs more exposure. Every speaker out there can sharpen the axe. Every speaker out there can work on their business side of it, because most speakers, and I've talked to the best in the world, the top of one of the biggest associations in the world, 95% of the room did not have a database of more than 10,000 people from all their speeches, which means they were never collecting data. You always have to give value, give value, give value. If they do, they're going to run at you for more information. So whether it's enrolling today to become part of our Rainmaker and Icon Speaker program, which is so simple, 6 payments of $199 or 1 payment of $2,000 for the whole year, you can save 20% by making the 1 payment. You go to rainmakersummit.com, click the button. Within 3 clicks, you're activated. By tomorrow, you're getting all your training. You'll get access to our group training calls right away. You'll get a special bonus that once you get enrolled, the bonus by itself is worth almost $5,000 for the bonus itself, but it's only for those that get enrolled. And you'll see that bonus right away because once again, create so much value they think you're nuts. You get our 2.5-day live event or 3-day live event now with the Rainmaker and access to the Icon Speaker Program. Just because you're part of this event today, it's an incredible special deal. But I also wanted you to hear from some really special individuals that they own their niche and how they're sharing their message and what they're doing to help lots of other people. So if there's a way that I could bring on Christine McKay, that'd be awesome, just to bring her onto the stream. Let me see if we can get her on the stream. Christine, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hi, Bill. Thank you for inviting me here. It's an honor.
Please, welcome to the main stage. You said you haven't been on the main stage in a while. Well, here's the main stage, right? Biggest stage in the world right now for entrepreneurs and certainly for lots of people that are launching, growing, building better businesses. And I want to tell you that Christine McKay is already wildly successful. She's already great in her niche. She owns her niche, right? But I'd like you to share with everybody, what is it you do for your clients? And when you do speak on stages, what are some of the things you like to share with them?
For more information on collaborating, partnering, sponsoring, supporting, or speaking at any of our events or finding out more about our legacy clubs, go to www.thebestyou.co. If you're interested in finding out more about the amazing content we have, please go to www.thebestyou.online and get your 14-day free trial now.
Sure. So thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bernardo, for putting all this together. I appreciate everybody. So I'm a global negotiation strategist and the CEO and founder of Venn Negotiation. And I work with small businesses and I help you ask for what you want. And I teach you the tools and techniques so that you can negotiate for it and get it. And so go ahead, Bill.
I said, and now you're speaking on webinars, telesummit, soon national tour, right? How does it feel? How does it feel to take your message, then be able to own it, really own your presentation, and now take it to serve clients all over the world?
It is amazing. It is a life dream for me to do this. I've wanted to speak from stage since I was 20, which we won't say exactly how long ago, but it was a few decades. So it's an amazing thing to be able to see the transformation in people and to have them say to me, well, I have this issue with my landlord, or I have this issue with a supplier or a customer or even an investor, and to be able to coach them through the negotiation process and to see them win more and keep more of what they've made and right now I'm doing a lot of work with clients, helping them renegotiate contracts that they'd entered into that aren't working for them right now, and helping them work and helping them stay in business is just incredibly rewarding for me. It's very
So you've been through some of the Power Team programs already. Mm-hmm. How would you rate your experience? And do you believe it's something that every business owner should take, no matter if they're a speaker or not, but definitely for someone that has a passion to be a speaker? How would you rate your experience through Power Team? And also, how about some of the relationships you've already built because of the programs?
Oh, absolutely. So just a quick little, just kind of a hop from where I started to where I am now. So I was an unwed teen mom and homeless for quite a while and had 3 kids by the time I was 22 and earned an MBA from Harvard University.
Wow.
When I went to Platinum Speaker Camp, I walked away from that experience describing it as I just got a Harvard MBA in how to do a speaking business. Wow. And so the things that I learned at Platinum Speaker Camp were just phenomenal. And even with Rainmaker, right?
Yes.
At Harvard, we learn just these amazing things and we're surrounded by amazing people. But even at Rainmaker, the things that I learned from you at Rainmaker were just so pragmatic, so practical. It is not steeped in theory. It's just like, and it's things that you kind of know intuitively, but the way that you teach it, it just brings it down to earth and it's digestible and it's actionable. And that is hugely valuable. And so I am just so grateful for you. I've learned so much from you.
Well, I would also say too, if you're listening and you want a great speaker for your next event, Christine McKay is fabulous. When you text into the obvious at 26786, we're going to share with you some of her information as well, if that's okay with you. We always like to give away more gifts. So I'm going to ask Christine to throw in a cool gift for you guys just for being a part of this. So if you'll text the word obvious to 26786, I'm just going to give you some more value. So what is one brilliant wisdom tip you would share with the audience to help them right now create even more success as a speaker?
Ask for what you want, not just what you need.
Well, that's powerful.
That will help you be more successful.
You're such a rock star. I'm so glad to have you as part of our family and certainly as a speaker on national tour with us. But it's great for other people to hear what you're doing. And welcome to the main stage. So great to have you on today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let me also see, can we bring on Mary Jo Hilliker? I think Mary Jo's on the stream here somewhere, maybe. My team in the back is doing a great job. Mary Jo, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you, Bill?
Listen, I'm blessed and highly favored. Welcome to the main stage of the Best You Expo. People on from countries around the world. You know, I want to say I love all the work that you do. I'm so honored to have you as a Rainmaker grad, Platinum grad. You're one of our founders of some of our centers. We've done a lot of business together, right? And it's just the beginning. But there's no doubt that today I'd love for you to share a bit of your story and why it was so important for you to bring that message to the world, and how you're doing in the last couple of years, and really now how you're doing with your virtual events, all the stuff you got going on. And I'll also ask you to give a cool gift, if you wouldn't mind, to some of our listeners today. I would love to give that gift just for being as part of the expo, everybody, just for being a part of this main stage. But if you could take a few minutes and share a bit of your story and really what you do with other people, but also a bit of why it's so important for you to bring your message to the world.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Bill. Well, background-wise, I'm a lawyer by profession. I practiced law at the top law firm in Wisconsin, graduated top of my class all the way throughout, went on to be vice president and general counsel of a multi-billion-dollar publicly traded company at the ripe age of 28. And that was like a few years back, unusual in those days. But I broke away because I found myself having an entrepreneurial spirit, like everybody probably in this group, you know. And when you feel that spirit, don't bury it, pursue it. And it doesn't matter what it looks like in terms of your past, and it doesn't matter if you stumble and fall, because that happened to me. My first business venture went belly up, and I immediately went into, oh my gosh, I must be a failure, right?
Hey, listen, I've been broke and wealthy, and I will tell you, broke sucks.
Yeah, it does.
But you'll always find your real friends.
Yeah, but the other aspect of broke too is that we can learn a lot of lessons from every event in our life. And I found that my first marriage fell apart as well. And I found that in my late 30s, I started doing some mindset work that really totally changed my life. And that catapulted me forward to be successful beyond my wildest dreams. Invested in a company, put in 20 grand, and 8 years later, I took out 1.1 million. So, I mean, you know, there's so much out there that you can create if you just open yourself up to creating it. So my most recent venture, which really was with you, Bill, I went to Rainmaker, and I recommend it to everybody. I mean, it's a phenomenal course, and anyone who wants to be in an entrepreneurial endeavor, you want to start with some incredible basics that will catapult you forward.
And every so often you come and train there too, which is kind of an honor, right?
I love it. I love it.
It's great to have you pop in and train.
Yeah. Anything I can do to, you know, add fuel to the fire for entrepreneurs and help them believe in themselves. And what catapulted me is I love that mindset. I look back, what were some things that had the greatest impact in my life? And one was giving my life to Christ. My Christian faith is so huge for me. But the second one was really the mindset work I did in my 30s, understanding why my first marriage failed. Now I've been in a 29-year marriage. That's perfect. And, you know, my business and overcoming the idea that I was a failure, all of those things were mindset problems I had. Everything was stored in things that were trapped in my mind that I didn't know. And, you know, don't tell me about degrees. I have more degrees than a thermometer. So it's not about intellect. It has nothing to do with intellect. It has everything to do with recognizing that we start getting programmed as people at the age of 3-4 years old. So our parents, our upbringing, everything, and we have no idea it's happening to us, but it's happening. And we carry those programs with us throughout life, and they can short-change us. They can, you know, short-circuit our results in life. They can cause us incapable of having great relationships with people. It was all of those and more for me. So I decided, you know, part of my give back, because I started my own charity about 8 years ago and absolutely loved that. And I decided, what other way would I like to give back? And mindset mastery was the thing I came up with. So I went on to your speakers camp, fell in love with, you knocked
it out of the park.
I already had been speaking on stage. So to me, it was kind of like just another step in that regard, but not really selling from stage, which is a different way of speaking from stage. So I went out and started developing my course. And you, Bill, gave me the title for my first level course. It's called Kryptonite Breakthrough, because really it's kryptonite you have in your life that's holding you back. And from there, I just catapulted forward. I started my second tier course, which is Live Your Empowered Life. And then my mastery of discipline and courage, which is the third level, which is really about interfering in your life in such a way that you live out every day of your life exactly as you choose.
But isn't it such a great feeling now that you put the work in it? And I want to make sure everyone's clear that our platinum course is a much higher level program. It's something you've got to apply to be a part of. It's designed for those that want to speak and sell from stage. Our Rainmaker and our Icon is the package we've offered here today. It's 6 payments of $199 or 1 payment of $1,000. The family plan, 6 payments of $399 or 1 payment of $2,000. But isn't it great today that you can watch the ripple effect of your work, that the money's starting to flow, which is awesome. And you're telling me I sold out my one class from one call and makes me feel so great. But it's really the ripple effect of those lives you've changed. Doesn't that just bring you so much even more joy and happiness?
Oh my gosh. Every day I do a coaching or consulting with any one of my students, I get off that phone and you don't see a bigger smile on the face of the earth. I mean, the impact that I can have today with what I've been through with you and opening up the floodgates of being able to touch lives, people I've never knew, probably never would have had the opportunity to get to know, and setting these people up free from the stuff that's holding them back so they create incredible results in their life. I'm telling you, it's
well. Listen, I'm going to let you go. You just keep up the great work. I love you, and I'll support all the work that you do. And we're just honored to have you on national tour and as a business partner. It's quite a blessing. So I'll let you run. And thanks for being on the main stage today. So I've got one more person I want to bring the call out to LA, and I need you to hear, because she's brand new and she's just got such a great story. She's helped brands go from 0 to $1 billion when it comes to their PR. And I always like to give away more stuff, and I always like to add more value, do it different than everybody else that's on here, and just keep giving more value. When you give more value, more shows up. Let me see if Jennifer's still is Jennifer on the bridge list? Jennifer, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm so blessed. So Jennifer Horspool, everyone, welcome to the main stage of the Best You EXPO. We're honored to have you here. And I thought it'd be great if you would just take a couple of minutes and once again, just share a bit of what you do for your clients and what you speak about when you're on some of the stages, because we've got promoters on from all over the world tonight. So maybe you could just take a couple minutes to tell about a bit of your story and what you like to speak about when you do get on the stage.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, first of all, I really want to thank you for this opportunity. And I want to give kudos to you because I have been in the speaking coaching realm for about 4 years now. And Bill, you are the only one to give me that hand holding that I have been begging for all these years. And you really, you give me the entire formula as well as teach it over and over again till it's drilled into my brain. And then you actually have held my hand and pulled me along. And I have just been so extremely grateful.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I see things people they can't see in themselves. People come to our Rainmaker with an idea or a gift or something they're great at. We can help formulate that so it's vision, mission, path, purpose, plan, funding, process, all the way through. And then, of course, getting to speak. But why is it so important for you to bring your message to the world?
Because I believe that the dreams that are in people's heads solve the problems of the world. And if I can make you better known for your expertise, which is what I do, I'm a PR marketing and brand experience expert. As you said, I have grown brands from zero, or vision, to multi-million dollars, one that hit $1 billion in less than 3 years.
Wow.
I brands that have been unknown or unliked and turned them around and gotten them into hundreds and hundreds of media stories a year and really taught people how to be relevant in today's conversation and how to keep their business relevant so that you're building relationships with the media so that you're long-term as a resource. And I teach you to be that resource for the media so that over and over and over again, they include you in their articles when they write about your topics.
Listen, you are so good at what you do. And For those that get enrolled today, once again, go right now, rainmakersummit.com, rainmakersummit.com. Invest your $199 for 6 months. I promise your life will never be the same. You will meet so many dynamic people. You'll get access to so many great tools. I mean, just not only the tools, but also some of the systems and software. I gave you a few of them today. I probably have 30 more tools for you to use, because I'm going to tell you that you've got to sharpen the axe every day. What would you say is one thing that you would want to leave everyone with today when it comes to the importance of PR and marketing, and why they should hire someone like you versus guessing at it?
Right. Well, I mean, it really is an art in the way that you build the relationship with the media. And so understanding things from their perspective, it's not as crystal clear as people think. People automatically think advertisement, and they automatically think, oh, I'm getting free advertising, which is zero what you're getting. What I'm teaching you how to do is understand news and what news is. And news, really, if you look at it, if you break the word down, it's new. It's what's new. It's the plural of what is new today.
That is so perfect. I love that.
Here's what's new. Here's what's new. Here's what's new. And this together is the news. So teaching you how to think that way is a mind shift for every business owner, because people automatically think, I know how to draw my clients to me, but this is a totally different game. So now you're trying to get other people to share your message with their audiences. And it's an honor.
Let me just tell you this, that I love the work you do. I'm excited to promote you everywhere I can. And if you guys are plugging in today, right after me, you can watch the Think Go Rich movie. It's coming up when this session's over. Do not miss that. Jennifer, thank you so much. I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you real soon. Let me come back to the big broadcast and finish up for just one quick minute here. Thank you so much. So as we finish up here, I just want to let you know that I want to thank everyone from the Best You EXPO, their entire team, but also for you for showing up. I hope you got some great insights, some great wisdom today, some great new tools to use. But most important thing is that go for it. Give it 100%. Don't look back. Don't let nobody steal your dreams. Your story's too good to play small. And we can help you with that. We'd love to be a part of that. Visit rainmakersummit.com right now. Get the 6-pay, $199. You're active in the system. You'll get so many extra gifts. So if one gift's more than $5,000 in value, I promise you'll love it. You'll get my direct information. You can shoot me a text direct, type what you're working on. And I do know this for a fact that whatever is on the schedule for today, tomorrow, the next few days, do not miss any of the classes. If you get the opportunity, if not, then bookmark them, go back and watch them again. And if you haven't upgraded to VIP, make sure you go VIP. It's where all the magic's at. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for having me on the broadcast today. I'm going to turn it back over to the team that's here. And once again, awesome job, Tony. Thanks for having me. And of course, Bernardo, love you, brother. Thanks for having me on. Anything I can do to support your cause, your vision, your mission, count me in. Thanks, everyone. Bill Walsh, Power Team International.
For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co.